Hi everyone, my name is Lamecia Ward and I am currently in the MPH program, the Masters of Public Health program at Fresno State. And today I will be presenting on my internship in which I did in regards to sexual and reproductive health education this year. So this school year, I had the opportunity to spend 2 semesters interning at the Fresno State Student Health and Counseling Center. So a little bit about the Fresno State Student Health and Counseling Center. It is an accredited ambulatory health care center that currently serves roughly 24,000 Fresno State students. The center offers many health services that are conveniently located on campus, such as outpatient care for minor illnesses and injuries, health and wellness education, such as sexual and reproductive health education and nutrition education. They offer counseling services and diagnostic tests and services such as labs and x-rays. And they do offer walk-in hours Monday through Friday, and the typical waiting time is less than an hour. So for my internship, Kathy Yarmo was my site preceptor, and she is currently the coordinator for health promotion and wellness services. And as an intern, my title was a health educator. And so for my internship, I did have 5 main goals that I wanted to accomplish during this time at the health center. And they were to improve facilitating health education program skills, and promote healthy living by promoting sexual safety practices and sexual and reproductive health services offered on campus, increase program planning and implementation skills, increase collaboration skills with other individuals and/or organizations, as well as increase my cultural awareness of sexual and reproductive health services or practices. The Keeping It Sexual Safer program at Fresno State campus is a collaboration with 2 local organizations, the Fresno State Student Health Center and Fresno Barrios Unidos, who both have a common goal to reducing health disparities and advocating to help eliminate the stigmas around reproductive and sexual health by educating individuals of the importance of sexual and reproductive health and making the conversations about the topic the norm around the Fresno State campus. And as a health educator, my responsibilities including conducting one-on-one health education sessions. And during these sessions, I was able to educate the students about pregnancy planning and prevention and sexually transmitted infections and STI prevention, as well as aiding in the development of educational materials. So I help develop sexual safety packs and resource packets that include information about reproductive life plans and pregnancy prevention, such as information on birth controls, contraception, sexually transmitted infections, prevention, family planning information, and local clinical referrals and resources. And I also had the opportunity to conduct outreach. And so when discussing pregnancy planning and pregnancy prevention, individuals would receive a packet of information that explained reproductive plans, questions to consider when choosing a specific birth control method, information on different forms of birth control methods and how effective they are, as well as information on emergency contraception. I was also able to include a resource sheet that provided information on local services that are available to students on and off campus, such as parenting support, LGBTQ support, clinical services, counseling services, programming, and hotlines available to these students. And during these sessions, I was able to educate them on the different forms of birth control and emergency contraception, and I would review the risks, the side effects, the benefits and the cost of the services that they were most interested in. I would also answer any questions or concerns they may have had regarding specific methods so they were able to make the best decisions for themselves. And during the sexually transmitted infection sessions, we discussed STIs and STI prevention. So I would do a 15-minute presentation on sexually transmitted infections and associated infections. And we would review the different forms of STIs and infections associated with STIs, how infections spread, such as through skin-to-skin contact and/or through fluids. We would discuss symptoms, risks of STIs and sexually associated infections, as well as preventative methods to reduce the risk of contracting these infections. Students also would receive information that is seen, informational packets about HIV 101, which explains some information on how it is transmitted, myths on how people believe it is transmitted, but it is not, ways that individuals can protect themselves, like through barrier methods. And also we provided information on PrEP and PEP, which is pre-exposure prophylaxis, which is a medication that can be taken and prescribed to an individual to reduce the exposure to HIV. And then PEP is a medication that can also be prescribed to an individual who has already been exposed to HIV. However, they can use that medication and take that medication to prevent the spread of the HIV. And at the end of each of these sessions, so after the end of the reproductive health session and the STI sessions, I provided students with sexual safety packs that included a condom pal with condoms inside. The condom pal helps to prevent and protect damage from happening to condoms. Also, a dental dam was provided in a pack, an internal condom, flavored lubes, and information around how to utilize these products. Demonstrations were also offered for students who wanted to learn how to properly use condoms or dental dams. I also shared some information about Family Pact, which is a state program that covers the cost of reproductive services, such as the STI testing and the cost of birth control and other reproductive health services if students were to qualify. It was important for me to discuss Family Pact in these sessions because students may have not had health insurance, which could have limited their ability to receive important health services, such as those that were discussed, or they were probably still on their family's health insurance plans and maybe wanted to seek confidential services. And so Family Pact could help these students receive access to needed services such as these. During outreach events, peer educators and myself would hand out free condom baggies with fun memes regarding safe sexual practices. And we would also offer different educational materials on sexual and reproductive health education and services offered in the health center, depending on the day or the event that we had established for that day. So throughout the year, there were some specific events that we did hold outreach for, such as Condom Week, Sexual and Reproductive Health Awareness, Sexual Assault Awareness, World Contraception Day, and National HIV and AIDS Day and World AIDS Day. And so some of these days we would do specific games or hand out specific information, specifically for sexual assault awareness. We handed out pamphlets about consent and what it means to give consent, and Planned Parenthood came up with the idea of consent fries. So we use that as a theme for one of our outreach events, and we utilized a game. So individuals would come to our booth and we would ask them different questions on what they thought consent was. And we would give out prizes if they were able to get all the acronyms for consent fries correctly. And also for World AIDS, for National HIV and AIDS Day, we gave out information on PrEP and PEP and how they can prevent, how students can prevent exposure to HIV and how they can prevent the spread of HIV. And as well for World Contraception Day, we gave out some information on the different forms of contraception and pregnancy prevention and information on that. And students were able, we were able to, expand their knowledge about sexual and reproductive health by participating in the mini games and activities during our tabling events. In addition, we did also answer any questions they may have had about the KISS program or about sexual and reproductive health. Yeah. And lastly, throughout my internship, I learned a lot. I've learned tremendously from this opportunity. It was a great opportunity because it was a year-round internship for me. So I did this internship during both the fall and spring semester. So it was roughly 7.5 months. I was doing sexual and reproductive education. So this internship has given me a valuable opportunity to learn and apply the health education promotion skills that I have acquired throughout my years in college. Throughout the school year, the internship has allowed me to grow as a professional, as I was able to understand what I had lacked or had very little knowledge of as a public health professional. Because before going into this internship, I had little to no experience of engaging in individual discussions about very intimate health-related topics, such as sexual and reproductive health. And as a result, I've learned many aspects of sexual and reproductive education, just from conducting appointments to creating a supportive and inclusive learning environment for individuals, and the importance of staying aware of the latest information regarding sexual and reproductive health. This internship has allowed me to step outside of my comfort zone and expand my skills and knowledge in the real world as a health educator. I am very thankful that I was given the opportunity to grow alongside and shadow a health, or work alongside and shadow a health educator at the Student Health and Counseling Center. Because in the beginning, I didn't have the confidence to complete the health education sessions with individuals on a one-on-one basis. However, with my preceptors' guidance and support, I was able to successfully overcome, my fears with one-on-one sessions, and gained a tremendous amount of knowledge regarding sexual and reproductive health. Through this practice alone, I do feel more empowered to speak out and advocate and formulate discussions about public health issues that are important and should be addressed, such as sexual and reproductive health. And that is the end of my video, and thank you all for watching.